It's time for Gardening Inside Out, a live show offering you plant advice for any space in your life. Introducing your perennial hosts, David Bates and Josh Carey.
Hey, and welcome in, everybody. It's Saturday morning. You know it's time for Gardening Inside Out, coming to you live here from Bates Nursery and Garden Center in the palatial Green Room Studios here at said location. We do it every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock Central. So, I mean, we're here for you. Going to ask some questions.
Good morning, Josh.
Hey, Dave.
Everything good in your world?
Everything finer than a frog. Hair split down the middle.
You know,
I know you don't like that, but...
We are still, well, you know, I try not to pay any attention to it. It's just one of those things.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, we appreciate everyone tuning in this morning and bringing your gardening game with you along with your questions.
Yep.
And we're here to talk about those and a plethora of other plant and horticulture and kind of whatever is on your mind related questions. So we're going to talk about those in just a minute, Josh. But first, we're going to go to the weather. And today is Saturday, the end of May.
Yes.
May 31. And we're going to have mostly sunny conditions. And, you know, that's nice. 83 degrees for the high. I mean, can you really do better than that on the end of May? And I think as you and I were exchanging yesterday, or maybe the day before, that we're going to get through this month without a 90-degree day, which is pretty unexpected. It's
haven't had one all year long, I don't believe.
Right. I don't think so. So anyway, 83, 63 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, late in the day, expecting some late afternoon thunderstorms. 84, 61 for the high on the 1st of June.
Oof.
So that is coming up tomorrow, and we roll into the new month, kind of the official start of the summer season, although it's technically not. 88, 64 will remind you that we're moving towards warmer temperatures. 91, 71 on Tuesday, still very nice conditions. Early week, Wednesday, 91, 72. It's a few clouds, a few more on Thursday, and cooling to 89. And then we move back into the chance of scattered thunderstorms. If you look at the radar here, not much to look at.
Nope.
There's some stuff over in Virginia and nothing here really. And so
It's raining on the Research Triangle.
Really nice conditions. Let's look at the 6 to 10 day precip outlook. And it says we're going to be above average. And I think that infers, given that there's not a lot of rain in the forecast, that we don't expect much usually this time of year. So that doesn't mean there's going to be a lot of rain, just a little more than usual as expected here this week. From the Bates Nursery Green Room Weather Station, we've received 1.19 inches of rain this week. It looks like we're going to wind up the month at just shy of 5.5 inches, and we're almost at 32.75 inches for the year, which is a pretty amazing amount considering that we normally only get about 39 inches for the year. So, quick check of the temperature. It is 66.2 degrees here live from the green room at Bates Nursery. So we're glad to have everyone in today to Gardening Inside Out.
Yep. South of town's been getting a lot more rain than you guys have been getting up here. I mean, it's crazy.
You know, and that's the nature. You know, I'm a big advocate of many people as possible having these weather stations simply because that's how variable the weather is, be it temperature or precipitation or whatever. Having your own personal weather data is the most relevant data because if you're making decisions about how much or when to water or how much precipitation you've received, when you have your own data, it is much more relevant to your particular landscape application. And that's really what matters.
Who's that over there across the table, David?
Oh, those people over there?
Yeah.
Well, that's Caroline Gant. and Austin Lowen. Welcome in, guys. Glad to have you in this morning.
Good morning. It's good to be
morning.
here.
Yeah, Austin's ready for the warm weather to come. He's still rocking a hoodie here.
Still rocking a hoodie.
I mean,
It is chilly. It's weird.
it's crazy.
Yeah. For Colin, you remember last year? I was driving in this morning, windows down, heat on the legs,
There you
long
go.
sleeve on the arms, just loving it. Felt good. Good
Yeah.
crisp morning. It's pretty. It's pretty out there.
It's pretty. It's just weird that it's still not really hot.
I know. I'll
Feels
take it.
Strange.
It's gonna get hot, y'all.
Yes, it is.
So
And then
like,
we'll wish
just-
for this colder time.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just embrace this. I love it. Hey, who's over there?
Who's
Who
over
is
there?
that?
Who is that guy?
Lurking in the darkness.
I'm in the darkness. I forgot to turn my camera on.
The
Tyler.
man in black.
So,
That's
good
the
morning,
most important
everyone.
cam. The Tyler cam.
Well,
Where is it?
now it's the black hole cam.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Tyler. At least we can hear your voice.
I missed my opportunity.
Yeah, we'll give him another shot later.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll
figure
get
it
it up and running. He's pretty good with tech stuff. You know.
Yes,
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Right on cue.
There's
Ah.
That's what we
Yeah.
call a stretch.
That's
you
right.
know? Yeah. We pulled it.
Just some tension, some drama
Hey, we love
on my
drama.
end.
Drama for the morning. I love it. Getting everybody
Well,
awake.
We've already had a bit this morning. You know, of course, that was
have?
before you guys got in studio, Caroline and Austin. We are, but I mean, not huge.
It's a
thing.
tiny
Those
thing.
little technical things to nagging things that occur when they occur. So if you could anticipate them, then they wouldn't nag you.
There you go, Colin.
Colin,
There's
that's the
Colin.
way, baby.
That's the way.
Good morning. I love it. Oh, Colin.
Oh, Colin. Good morning, everybody.
Yes, good
Yeah,
morning.
we're here. What's happening?
What's happening?
What is happening?
You know, I'm watching my vegetable garden grow, okay? I'm excited about my veggies right
You've
now.
got your corn in the ground.
Yep.
We talked about it on the podcast. Yours
We
is
did.
peaking.
It was like 3 weeks ago, I think we planted it, so the plants are finally kind of moving a little.
Not
It's
your
been a
corn,
minute.
though.
No, corn is just poking.
But you
just-
didn't plant it 3 weeks ago.
No, I just planted the corn about a week ago.
Yeah.
But
You
it's
need any
poking.
oregano? I got plenty of oregano.
Oh, we
It's
got plenty of
blowing
oregano
up.
too. Oh, yeah.
Mine's going crazy.
Yeah, our oregano's a 3-year-old perennial that comes back big, bushy, getting ready to bloom soon. It's looking good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
my veggie garden is great so far.
Yeah.
I got a lot of squash. We'll see how long that lasts before the squash
bugs
bugs
get
get
it?
to
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
I've already seen my first squash bug.
Oh, Tyler.
Yeah,
Did you
and it
squash
was
it?
So
inside my
unfortunate.
greenhouse. It had somehow gotten through my little screen, and it was like I just moved the stem at the base of the pot, and then boom, there it was. And I was like,
You dispatched
"You,
him,
oh,
didn't you?
immediately."
Okay.
And you had put
Yeah.
these inside your greenhouse to keep them away from the bugs.
I don't know how they got in there. 'Cause
Man.
that was a fresh pot, fresh soil.
Man, bugs
Sneaky.
do what bugs do. They get
They're
in.
sitting outside the door waiting for you to walk in.
And then they were like, "Drink," and they just got right in.
They got nothing else going on.
That's the news.
that's
The news.
technical.
The noise bugs make when
I'm
they run in.
rightfully scared, but I'm gonna be vigilant. 'Cause what else can you do?
You know what? And vigilance is the operative word when you're a serious gardener. And if you're watching this program, well, how serious you are about life in general
Yes.
might be in question. But with respect to gardening, you're, of course, very serious. That's why we're here to help answer the questions that you naturally have, because these are the same questions we have. You know, we're
Yes.
not different than you are. We perhaps do it on a more regular basis all year long, but we're here to help you through your gardening questions, through the experience that we're able to derive from the day-to-day activities of being in a independent garden center.
You know what I bought for the garden?
Pardon me?
You know what I bought for my tool for the season for the garden this year?
I do. Well, I got some idea, but no. But tell me, indulge me.
You got a UV flashlight.
Oh, I've got one of those.
Yes.
But I lost it immediately. I haven't used it yet.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
You
Go
got-
get a new flashlight to find it.
so you can go find the buggies out there at night. People will be out there. Who's that crazy guy across the street?
Have you
What's
found it
going
to
on
be
over
effective?
there?
Uh-huh. But to
Have you found
find
it
the
You
Yeah.
should live stream it
oh,
when you go bug hunting.
dum, 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 dum.
It'd be fun.
Because you can
Kind
see
of like ghost
scorpions.
hunters.
You know we got scorpions in Tennessee.
Yeah, I've been hearing that lately.
Yes, yes, we have them.
Are they going to sting you?
If you
Is that what
mess
they
with
do?
it, I
I
mean,
mean, they look like
hope
a
not.
scorpion, Caroline.
And you know, the
I haven't
thing
seen
about
one here yet.
scorpions is
Little
that's
bitty.
interesting is that we all have these visions of them being these huge monsters.
no, no.
and they're not. They're really small. Maverick. Some are just teeny tiny. But when you blow them up with the camera and put them in a sci-fi movie, they take on a very different look. So
And you make them glow fluorescent with the light. That's when they really get spooky.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like scorpions were one of those like irrational fears as a child I had. Like,
that
as I grow up,
earthquakes,
scorpions are going to get me.
They might
Although
still
I've
get
never
you while
seen a
you're out there with the
scorpion
corn.
in real life ever, I don't think.
Yeah, they're much more adept at living in a arid environment. And ours has not been that this year, as we've already talked about.
Definitely not.
You got a creek bed in your front yard, though, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
They're down there.
Yeah.
Turn over some rocks.
No,
Borrow Josh's flashlight. Turn over some rocks in the middle of the night.
Go scorp hunting.
There they will be.
I'll send the kids out to do that.
Oh, I feel like they would
Daddy.
like
I
it.
actually bought 2 nephews the same flashlight. They live in Texas, so they're going to have a blast with them.
yeah.
So.
They're going to find so many things.
But the hornworms, that's what you see with them, is what I understand. Never had one before. It's cool.
Well, I'm excited to see how this progresses for you.
If I
Maybe
see
I'll
a-
find mine and I can get out there too.
There you go.
Hey, before we get into questions, I'm a little curious, particularly with you, Austin, about what are the things that have arrived this week that you found particularly interesting?
Oh,
You know, we didn't have a crazy amount of deliveries this week. We had a great, well, right now, actually, first off, we need to talk about our hanging basket selection, okay? Our hanging baskets are money right now. I was looking in the greenhouse yesterday. Every single pipe we got that's got hanging baskets hanging from it is literally beautiful. If you need some hanging baskets for your front porch, y'all, we've got them right now, as full as can be. You know, it's been a little, me and Julie were talking yesterday, who orders all of our plants. Hello, Julie. Hope you're doing well. You know, all the annuals have been a little bit later to come on this year. It's just been a little bit milder weather. So our annual selection is really nice right now. And then in Bridget's world, we got a beautiful truck yesterday of perennials from Clifford's, which is a great little grower. I think they're out of East Tennessee or maybe North Carolina. But either way, they grow great plants.
That's not the big old dog greenhouse, is it? That's a different Clifford.
That's a different Clifford's, yeah. I wish they had a
big red
massive
dog.
red truck, but they don't. But either way, they
They're
grow
missing
great
out.
plants. So Bridget's, inventory of perennials right now is full, and perennials are popping off this year. Looking good right now, really clean. So it's beauty all over.
there's one thing in particular out there that a certain couple in Smyrna, Risha and you guys need to come and get.
Reach.
It's right out in the front right corner of the yard of the
What
lawn.
is
Do
it?
you have that photo queued up for Josh?
I kind of snuck it in on him, but
I did. I don't know what happened to it.
but
We did see it.
we'll
earlier.
find it because I'm calling you out, Rish. I'm calling you out. You need this in your yard. I mean, as big a fan of the University of Tennessee.
Oh, I know what it is.
There it
There
is.
it is.
Okay.
Look at that T.
Austin, you had big ideas for making videos with these.
I know. We need a football. Somebody.
Someone bring Austin
I'll
a
call
football
somebody.
today.
Bring me a
football.
football.
Okay.
We're gonna tie
It's
up
baseball season and softball. They're both still in the hunt. So I mean,
That's all right.
Maybe we could get Omaha Productions to come in and do a video with us.
Yeah,
That
that'd be
course
great.
is
I got
Come
it.
on.
We string up both of the T's with a little breakthrough.
That's
And
what
then
we
you-
had talked
yeah,
about doing.
there
and
it is.
Austin
Talking
runs
about.
right through
I
it.
run through it, jump up, spike it through my legs.
There you go.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So he needs a football today if you come out to see us.
Bring a
It
football,
doesn't
please.
look like Risha will be here because they say good morning from Destin, Florida.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Well, they'll save it for you. I mean, they'll save it. They'll
Yes,
reserve
call
one.
us when we get done with the show.
There's 2 of them out there.
You definitely need both. But y'all, I think we need to get into questions
Yes, we
because
do.
it's that time of year where we get a lot.
Let's do it.
Let's start with hydrangeas.
Why not?
3-year-old hydrangea that has never bloomed. It is very leafy this year. What can I do to help the process?
I'm assuming you're talking about the endless summer collection typically. Now, there's a lot of different macrophylla hydrangeas. Macro, big phylla leaf. The big leaf hydrangea, y'all, they bloom off old wood, okay? So we got down into 0 again. If they were in a unprotected area, not that you have to protect them, it's just that Mother Nature gave us what she gave us, and that's 0-degree temps over a couple nights this winter. So you saw some damage a lot of times to the old stems, and especially if they like leafed out early and then a frost happened and it got them. Now, I haven't noticed that all that bad this year. There's been a lot of blooms going on, honestly, with the blues and the pinks, the ones that are blooming. They're literally blooming right now. So I'm sorry this happened to you, but that's just kind of the way it is. I don't know if we should maybe move it into a better protected spot because it's
Or a
3 years of
sunnier
no
spot.
blooms.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
I have talked about it a little bit, maybe on the podcast, not on our live show, but I have one that I planted in 2021, and this is the first year it's blooming. So it took, 4 years to get it to bloom? Every year it came up, the leaves were beautiful, they were clean, it got bigger and bigger, never any blooms, but this year it's covered in buds, and it's about to be in full show.
yeah.
And I think the inferred point that you're making there is that while you may not have early flowers, if they're a repeat blooming type, you're going to have them later on. So, just probably need to apply a little bit of patience and allow those the time to come on, and you're going to be really happy with them.
Yes, you will. All right, can I move 2 hydrangeas now, or should I wait?
If you most definitely have to do it now, then you certainly can. It's just that next week we're seeing some pretty high temps, even like in the 90s. So I mean, a hydrangea, if it is stressed, is going to show you she's dramatic. Okay,
Drama
Today.
queen.
drama queens, they will wilt hard. So if you're going to move them now, make sure you're ready to water. You're going to have to now. If
Yeah,
you
and also
can
be
wait,
ready, and also be ready with the hole wherever you're going to transplant it to first before you dig. And because it's to your point, Austin, the timing between digging it out of the ground, getting it in the new spot, and getting it backfilled and getting it watered in is the critical component involved in it. So if you don't have all that planned out critically, your chances of success and minimizing the injury to the plant or setting it back a little bit increase. So do those things in advance. Dig the hole if you're going to put it in another location. Get your soil prep done. Have your garden hose out there ready. Dig it out. Move it directly to it. Don't stop and take a coffee break or anything. Put it in the ground, backfill it, and soak it. I mean, drown it. Should be good, but I would not wait until 90-degree days. I would do it.
Today or tomorrow's great days
Yeah.
to do that.
But why do it now? If
Yeah.
you can wait,
Yeah.
I would wait. They're
I
all
would too.
blooming right now or about to bloom. Like,
Exactly.
you're going to set it back. Something's going to happen. Just wait for it. It'll be fine.
yeah, let it drop its leaves in the fall and then move it at that point. Way
Coming from
easier.
the queen of transplanting stuff.
True.
Wait it out if you can. All right, in our final hydrangea. So far this morning, question, not hydrangea. You know what I mean. Newly planted panicle hydrangeas are yellowing. Do I need to fertilize? It is in full sun.
So I would assume whenever you first transplant a panicle hydrangea, a lot of times a yellowing occurs on the interior and lower part of the plant. And this is almost like a stress response. It's not necessarily the end of the world. I would assume it's not a yellowing over top of the whole thing, just more or less like, down low or kind of in the interior. This is, it's that transition stage to where if it does go dry, even just a little bit, those leaves on the lower part will usually turn yellow and drop off. As long as the rest of the plant looks okay, you're probably fine. And fertilizing is not necessarily like a new planting it's all about water. Your plant comes with fertilizer in the pod. It's not, nitrogen starved or anything. Trust me. It just needs water. So if it turned a little dry, you might lose a few leaves on the interior, but it's okay. Pluck those
No
off.
biggie.
Just keep it watered. Get it through this summer, okay? It's a great plant, extremely hardy. Got to get it through the first summer.
Got to do it. It'll be great. I have so
Particularly on
many.
deciduous plants, just losing leaves is kind of part of the deal.
Yeah.
They're going to drop leaves, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't fret. It'll be fine.
You're going to lose a
Did you
branch
plant your
or
own
two on
leaf?
your way home anyway.
No.
So
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of times you'll break something on the way home with it. So
It does happen a lot.
yeah,
Yeah, they bounce back. My husband, I talked about, ran over one of mine. The little panicles. I think it's like some sort of quick fire, little something. And it looks great now. It's very close to the ground and small, but he ran it right over with the truck. So it kind of shows what.
It's a great way to prune it.
It's
Yeah.
a great way to prune it. Yeah, if you don't have time, if you have a truck that can run it over. My Honda Fit might not make it, but a truck definitely can do it.
Don't tell people to run over hydrangeas with trucks. That's not how we prune, Caroline. That was a
I don't
mistake.
know. I'm going to try doing that every year from now on because I do have a line of hydrangeas. It's kind of a curve, but I could just
You just take
get
them all
Derek's
out.
truck
That's what
and
we're
just
doing now.
mow them down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No,
It's a quick way to prune, I guess.
don't run over your plants. But if you did
What
run
kind of
over your
truck?
plants, what kind of a Dodge Ram?
yeah.
Yeah, it
Likely.
makes sense. The
Yeah.
name makes sense with it. I still don't think he knows he did it.
Oh.
Unless he's watching the show right now
you
and he
haven't
just
had
found
the
out.
heart to break it to him.
No, I haven't. But what would happen if you were to accidentally run over something and you were like, oh no, I need to give it a little extra love. You know, it looks sad.
You
My
mean
daughter just
bury
kept
the
going
corpse
down
of
the
your
street.
plant?
If
She
you need
did
to
it at my
bury the
house.
corpse of your plant and plant something new, what would you do it in?
You know what? You could use something like Earthmix Supernatural, a top dress compost. It's a highly fertile and nutritive amendment / top dress. Now, it's not sold as a fertilizer,
Nope.
but your plants don't know it's not. That's the deal, because it's 100% organic. There are no chemical additives whatsoever, and it has extra abundant amounts of the things that Mother Nature supplies on its own. And Supernatural Compost is just one of the great Earthmix products, all of which are organic, all of which are produced right here in Nashville, Tennessee, and are designed to give you the maximum and most optimal growth to your plants. It will, because it's slow release and organic, you really get this sustained, abundant vegetative growth and root system growth. It's a really remarkable thing. Now, perhaps you don't need to top dress. Maybe you're getting ready to, plant an annual bed, and you're maybe wanting to, some other kind of a garden area. Josh, what kind of product would they use? Which one?
Garden?
Garden is a good choice.
Yes.
Hence the name. And of course, that might not be the case for you. You might be planting, some kind of a landscape plant or whatever. What product would be used for that?
Landscape.
There you go. And so the products are somewhat named according to their application. There are some exceptions, like the professional indoor and outdoor growing mixes, Proganics I, that Caroline will recommend for indoor plants, and Proganics O for outdoor planters, and the complete line, whether it's Magic Mushroom Compost or Virago Earthworm Castings. The complete line is readily available, and it is at many locations. Go to earthmix.net, click on the Find Earthmix tab, and you'll see all these pins pop up, and you can either zoom in to the location nearest you or put your address in for turn-by-turn directions so you can get to the location that's most convenient for you. It's available all over the area, northern Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, western North Carolina, and even way out in Crested Butte, Colorado. Check it out, and coming soon to more locations. Check it out. Remember this, success in gardening begins at the ground level when you use Earthmix garden products. And we appreciate you taking a moment to listen about that and help us to take the work and increase the success of your gardening efforts. It's not like any other old dirt.
No, it's
So,
not.
Josh, what is it you say usually about this?
Simple
time?
formula. It's a simple
Okay.
formula. You
All
need
right.
sunshine, you need water, you need
Yeah.
plants, and you need
Yes.
Earthmix. Easy as
Exactly.
pie. Works every time, folks.
You don't need luck. You just
No.
need to do those things.
Well,
So thanks again.
thank you, sir.
All righty.
Yeah, thank you.
We got some YouTube questions pouring in.
Boy,
We do, but we got something we got to get to first.
Uh-oh. Are you talking about What's in Bloom with Austin?
Hello.
Hello.
Things are blooming.
Hello, sir.
Well, it's been a couple weeks since I've actually talked about what's going on around town. So
I
let's.
know.
My drive in, I was writing on a little piece of paper, almost
Safety.
wrecking
That
on the
sounds
side of the road.
dangerous.
It was
Yeah.
dangerous,
At least
David.
you weren't texting.
No, I hit a mailbox or two. Sorry. Okay.
Riding
let's-
while driving.
Yeah, it was great. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with Asiatic lilies because I love those, and I've got a few in my yard right now that are just popping off. And what a vivid, velvety color! Just a beautiful,
Gorgeous.
Asiatic lilies, y'all. Great. Hey, daylilies, those are tried and true, blooming their heads off right now. Hostas are just starting to bloom for you shade lovers out there. Okay. They're about to throw some pretty little blooms. All right, Shasta daisies just started in my yard, pure white, looking good atop green foliage. Always pretty. The salvias, the blues and the pinks, those are poking up. And they've been blooming for a long time. It's been a good year for salvia so far. Hey, penstemon, we brought some of that in the room. Caroline will tell you all about it soon. And then shout out to my sister, Ashley. Hope you're doing well. Calla lilies, you love those. I saw one this morning just blooming yellow and beautiful atop of its foliage. What a cool plant. Calla lilies are weird. I don't even know how to explain that bloom, but it's
It's
awesome.
such a cool plant.
So cool. Okay, and then shout out Caroline, your prickly pears are popping off.
They are.
Okay, they look great. I love that little yellow bloom. And then, hey, on that, drought resistant topic, yucca. Hey, what about the yucca this year? They're really
blowing up.
up.
Roadside. There's some in ditches that I've been seeing.
It don't matter where they are, Caroline.
They love
throw
it.
them anywhere. Don't matter. They're blooming white, and they're really pretty this year. Nice and tall. That's great. Hey, spirea. What a good spirea year.
Yes, sir.
Oh, those have been going for like 3 weeks at least, and those are nice. Hey, y'all, pro tip. If you cut back your spirea, whenever they're almost done blooming, they'll probably rebloom for you, okay? So get out and do that.
Oh.
And then, hey, elderberry. I'm sorry if you have that, but it's blooming. What a weed.
Hey.
Oh, Tyler, don't give
loves
me that.
his.
Oh, I can't stand elderberry. Sorry.
Use
Just
the
elderberry.
because you had to
elderflowers.
weed
Nah,
it.
don't like it.
Make syrup from them.
Pops up like weed all over the place. Don't like it. Roses are still going well, okay? Knockouts still showing off, doing well. And then, y'all, it's the start of hydrangea season. I'm going to be talking about this for a month.
Yep.
Easy. Okay, your oak leaves are just full bloom right now. Tyler, yours is beautiful. Great job this year. And David, I bet your Annabelles in the yard are popping off. I'm sure Renee's loving those right now. Annabelles are
Absolutely.
beautiful right now, okay? And the serratas. I got blue billows in the yard, y'all. We don't think about serrata hydrangeas, but you ought to think about growing those. The lace cap style hydrangeas, they're
Gorgeous.
different. They're really
Beautiful.
funky to look at, but this year's been a nice one for them. Mine look really good this year. And then the macrophyllus, like I was saying, the endless summers, the blues, the pinks, those are popping off right now, and they're going to be beautiful for, like I said, another month. So shout out hydrangeas. We love you, even though you're dramatic. Okay. It's okay. We're allowed to be dramatic. People like drama.
I mean, you're dramatic and we all love you.
I'm dramatic about clematis right now. Yeah, I just screamed it.
You did.
My
I got a
clematis
little bit
is-
scared.
Yeah, it's so pretty right now. Oh, Jack Manny, I clematis, y'all.
Send
if you
a
got good
picture?
clematis, no, well, I did last week, I think. I don't know. I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
Next, we go to the trees. Okay, smoke trees, still smoking. They can't kick it. Golden rain tree. What about golden rain tree? What do y'all even know? It's that tree that's blooming yellow right now. No other tree blooms yellow.
You have one.
No, I don't.
Nope. Really?
No, I don't. I want one. I don't have one. I got a soft spot for golden rain tree in my heart. I did a little study on it in college. It was cool. It was great. It just germinated like a weed. It kind of is a weed tree a little, but they're beautiful and nothing else blooms yellow at this time of year, especially, okay? So shout out golden rain tree. I love you. And then, hey, what about a native magnolia? What about sweet bay magnolia? Hey, those are blooming and boy, they smell fantastic. Like I said, a native magnolia that lives kind of anywhere. It's really great. It's just a beautiful, beautiful plant. And then we're going to move on to the goat. Hey, the state tree of Mississippi. What y'all know, you know. I know you know about this one. This is just that southern magnolia.
Oh, yes.
It's been blooming for at least 3 weeks. It's got at least another month, if not 2 to go. It's the largest evergreen flowering plant you can find that has a fragrance that'll knock you down and a bloom the size of your head. Like, what else could you find?
What else could you want?
What that? I don't necessarily want a magnolia.
I was about to say.
Be wise where you put
I
it,
knew that.
because
Be wise
they
where you
will
put it.
get big.
They get big. They
They're
drop
too
a lot of
dirty for
leaves.
you.
They are dirty. They do drop a lot of leaves. But like I said, when it comes to the largest evergreen flowering plant that has a fragrance that is pure white beauty, southern magnolia is the plant for you. That is the goat of evergreen trees, and that's what's in bloom. Thank you for that.
What about Cosmo?
Brought to you
Yeah,
with
there's probably a
enthusiasm.
lot more.
Yeah, there's a ball.
Balloon flower.
There's so many. y'all.
Catmint's still in
I've
bloom.
only got a
Oh,
few
yeah.
minutes for this, okay? We can't keep
Yeah,
going.
Some of my
understand.
sedum is blooming.
Say, I know. Thanks, Caroline. Bachelor
Milkweed
button. I
is
saw
blooming.
Bachelor button blooming this
Monarda's
morning.
blooming.
Austin, here's a couple of photos.
There's so many.
Oh.
Hey, guys, that's my front porch, and that's my youngest daughter, Baby Penny. Y'all, try not to look at Baby Penny, even though she's the cutest thing on the planet and the sweetest thing on the planet. And right in front of her is that Misty Lilac Petunia just chilling with her. And David, that is planted in nothing but Proganics eye. And I haven't done anything to that besides planted it in that. And that petunia is beefy and leafy, y'all. That thing is money. Baby Penny is so happy. She just got out of the pool. She was all chilly, and I was like, "Nah, Penny, you can't go in yet for your bath. I need a picture with you right now."
Gotta give her a bath after she's been in the pool?
Yes, she always needs a warm bath after the pool. So I stole her, and I was like, "No, I need you for a picture real quick, and then we can go get in your bath." So
And
anyway,
then you can go get warm.
thanks, Baby Pen, for taking that picture with me. And then the mix container on the right, that was beautiful. That's also on my
There
porch.
you go.
Well, there was also something in the background.
Was there?
Clematis.
Oh, the
Your
clematis,
clematis was
right,
in the
yeah. It
background.
was
You can see
poking a
those
little bit.
big giant blooms back there in the corner.
Right on there.
Behind the boxwood.
Right, the boxwood looking cool.
Yep.
Oh, but look at that mix container, y'all. It's swelling. It's a swelly old gal.
Yeah, you're,
I was like, you overplanted this. Now it's
Nah.
looking cozy.
Oh man, it's cozy.
It
tucked
looks
in.
great.
I'm loving it.
yours is filling out fast. It's like doing its thing.
Doing its thing. Just blooming.
Well, you've already said it, leafy and beefy. So
Okay.
let's talk about a question that we just got in on YouTube from Essence, who we got to see, I think 2 days ago you were out here. I got to help you with a philodendron that you had.
The
so
herbal
good to see
essence.
You. The herbal essence.
Uh-huh.
Girl, you got a new nickname from
Yeah,
Austin.
you do.
The herbal essence.
Great to see you the other day.
All right. So when is the best time to give annuals and perennials a haircut so they look leafy and beefy? Too soon now or wait? Morning, y'all.
No, it ain't too soon.
I've already done it to my catmint. I've already done it to my yarrow.
And annuals are really no different. I mean, I gave my petunias a cutback in that I have in the ground. I haven't showed y'all yet. I gave them a cutback, I think, a week and a half ago, just to get them leafy and beefy. That's what we want. Okay, so Essence, finish watching the show and then get out there and prune those annuals.
I think it's one of the areas where people struggle the most, particularly in annuals, is just, about cutting them back. Occasionally, particularly later in the season, we'll have flats of whatever type of annual plant, and people so what should I do to get ready to plant them? Well, before you take them out of the flat, just cut the whole flat back.
Yes.
And even if you're getting them back to where they're like so tall, you go, but I'm going to lose all my blooms. Yes, but you're going to have 3 times as many later on, and they'll be beefy and well branched and beautiful. So that's one of those things that it's difficult for people to do, to go out and spend money on something like that and to cut it off. I mean, I could try to root those if you wanted to, but the point is making the ones you're planting look their very best, and it's a lot easier to do it all in the flat.
That's
But
a great
you can
pro
do it
tip.
after the fact.
Yeah, get out and do it.
That's my
Essence.
little pro tip.
Yeah, but I usually
That's a
just
great
cut
pro
mine
tip.
once they bloom with my perennials and a lot of my annuals. And then Colin on YouTube is asking, what's y'all's favorite garden tool? I know Austin's is the Sawzall and David's is a freshly sharpened shovel. LOL. Lol. Personally, I love my Hori knife, serrated edges, sharp edge, dig holes, etc. That's my favorite, Colin. I agree with you. I've got one and I use it for weeding. I use it for planting. It's a fantastic garden tool.
I really love, for sure, the Sawzall is very helpful in a lot of applications. I really love the little drill auger that I've got.
You've been talking about that so much this year.
I'm telling you, I made my annual plantings this year. I probably planted 30 or so little 4P annuals, okay? And if you have to do all that by hand with a little hand trowel, that takes some work. It's not necessarily fun. It's almost worse to dig small holes than it is, a few big ones. So using that little drill auger to just right in, just
do it again.
Just make that hole, slam that annual, slam it in the ground.
Slam mule.
And cover it back up and you're good
Carol,
to go.
add that to your list of
Slam
awesomeisms.
mules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carol, those are my slam mules.
Who we also got to see on, I think last Saturday, Carol was out here. It was great to shop with you. Let me know how that heuchera's doing.
I didn't get to see Carol. Carol, come back out today.
You missed Carol. Josh, what's your favorite?
My mantis tiller.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh.
Love my mantis tiller.
Yeah, but I think you mentioned it already in the post there that I like sharp shovels, but
Yes.
actually it pertains to whatever tool you're using. If it lends itself to being sharpened, they're not intended to be utilized as blunt force instruments. If you can sharpen them and use with care, you get much cleaner results. You don't disrupt. Particularly in shears, clean.
Just don't use the knife. Don't use the knife sharpener from the drawer, Colin. Go out there with a file.
I mean,
Okay.
having some kind of solvent, even if it's like WD-40 or something like that, and a rag to clean it, and then take a flat file and file on them. It's really extremely easy to do, and it so improves the output. If you're trimming
Creates the
annuals or shrubs or whatever, it keeps the stems from getting mashed. Also, taking a moment on shears to adjust the bed knife on there so that it's not mashing them. It makes a clean scissor cut. So little things like that really make a difference as far as the end result.
Oh, yeah.
I want to wound things.
Tyler?
Moi?
Yes,
Come on,
you.
boo.
The loop hoe
Oh,
or the
yeah.
stirrup hoe. And you need to sharpen that too. Just letting you know. I took it actually to Dickens Turf to let them sharpen it, and the guy was like, "I did my best," because it kind of like loops around a little bit, but it's got double edges on it. It's a great weeder.
Pull.
Yeah, it's really dynamic. You can also like kind of twist it a little bit and get the corner of it and get them really hard to, like I get dandelions with it if I'm good enough.
And if you have
You're
a
great
vise
enough.
at home where you can put the handle in the vise with a flat file, it's pretty easy to do on your own, and you can stop and sharpen it all along rather than waiting for it to get in really bad shape. So it takes a lot of the work out of it by doing that. But you need to have a vise, something that will hold it so you can apply enough force to be able to let the file do its work.
Not just another human.
Nope.
Yeah.
You can't be like, hey, hold this a second. I'm going to
Can't rely on another human.
All right, let's talk crepe myrtles. Someone says, if we had 2 crepe myrtles die back from bark scale, is it dumb to plant new ones?
No, I don't think it's dumb to plant.
I don't think so.
And honestly, is it actually dead? I mean, a lot of times, not a lot of times, almost 100% of the time, if crepe myrtle dies up top, it suckers back from the ground, and it's not necessarily dead. I mean, if you can't stand it, and you really want to switch it, I don't see any reason why you'd be fine to replant it. Just keep an eye on that bark scale. That's a tricky one to deal with if you've got it.
What do you do if you have it?
Well, you got to spray somewhat harsh stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not one to get rid of just like with like neem oil or soap or something. Like you kind of need a little bit more stealth than that. So, preventative things and scouting. I mean, always scouting. They're tiny little bugs. But you got to find them before they find you.
And the really important thing is, particularly in crepe myrtle, the scale are probably still in there. And if they're dead all the way down, cut those stems off.
Yes.
And burn them. You don't want to let them survive. You want to make sure you eradicate them completely. And that's really the most environmentally safe way. And just take the time to burn them completely so you don't get the scale transferring off into something else, surviving. And then, if it is still alive, the new shoots will begin to emerge out of the ground, and then you can selectively thin those as they come up. So I think your idea is correct, Austin.
I think so. How about got a shady spot? Which cold-hardy ferns would you recommend? I'm growing ostrich fern. That one's great. Mine is spread. It gets huge, and I love it. And Japanese painted fern. Those are 2 of my favorite that I have in one of my shade beds.
Definitely. 2 great choices for sure. If you're a native person and you like evergreen ferns or Christmas fern around here.
I've got one of those. Those are great. And they get pretty big too.
They can. Yep. They're a little bit slow, but they live in the woods here. Native leaves. Any fern you see in our woods is probably a Christmas fern. And I think they call it that just because it does stay evergreen. So you see leaves around Christmas. That's my guess. Just made that up.
It's a great guess.
They're
I think
edible
you're
as
onto
well,
something.
aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah,
I think
I'm a huge
they
fan
are.
of-
I'm not 100%.
of autumn
Don't eat them
ferns
just because I
also.
said so.
Yeah,
Check
don't
it
listen
out.
to Josh. Do your research.
Autumn ferns are great, David.
Yeah, because they're
Get
not
those little
quite
tender shoots a
evergreen,
little.
but they really are very resilient to cold weather. So you get much more stretched season of green growth above the ground.
And yeah, come out and talk to Celeste out here in our shade department because she grows, what do we have? 12 different varieties of ferns probably?
We have a lot of ferns.
So, a lot of different textures, and they're all very cold hardy and very shade tolerant. So, it's kind of like take a pick on which one you like.
Yeah.
Because there's
I
some
love
cool
ferns.
textures out there with ferns.
Ostrich fern, though, that might be my favorite.
That thing is big.
It gets so big. It's so pretty. It's so dainty.
That thing will leap, though. That ostrich is leaping
Oh,
around.
mine is coming up
Yeah.
all in my hosta bed. I'll try to get a picture for next week so y'all can see it, but it looks really great. I love it. All right, native grasses for no mow corner of my yard.
No mow corner.
I
I'm
love
going
blue
switchgrass. You always go blue stem.
Hey.
We almost brought some blue stem in today, but we didn't. But hey, native blue
Is it dry or is it wet or is it? Yeah, tell us a little bit more.
It's kind of like with those two, it's almost like either way, you're
Right.
kind of fine.
Yeah, those will
know?
grow kind of anywhere.
Yeah, we don't really want them in like a boggy site, I
Right.
guess. But if it does get a little wet for a minute, that's fine. Like switchgrass, I love the switchgrass, and that's used for erosion control like crazy for wet spots. Dry spots, doesn't really matter. That plant just roots and takes hold. And then, Caroline, your little blue stem and big blue stems, they're great with good purplish foliage. Those would both be
And
great
the blooms
options.
on the little blue stem just go up in the summer and
Hold
into
up
the
the little
fall.
finches.
Why aren't you mowing that
do.
corner though? I want to know.
Maybe
They
they
don't
don't
want
want
to
to.
anymore, man. It's
Okay.
a tricky
They
spot.
want to let it go.
There you go.
I love it. I say do it. Make a mix of it. Plant them both.
There you go.
There you go.
Roundstone Seed has a great native seed mix that you could get if you wanted to start them from seed. And we have that here at
Bates Nursery
Bates
and Gardens.
Nursery and Gardens.
Where is that
Absolutely.
located, David Bates?
And no matter what kind of plant you're talking about, chances are we have it here at Bates Nursery.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what kind you're talking about, whether it's landscape plants, for foundation planting, or trees or shrubs, and those trees might be ornamental, it might be shade, it might be fruiting trees. We have all manner of fruiting plants. The most mentioned employee at Bates Nursery, Bridget, on the Gardening Inside Out program, she gets a lot of shout outs, and for good reason, because the selection of perennials that we have down there in the sun side that she's primarily on, and on this shade side that Celeste is on, is extensive and extraordinary. You got to check out our annuals. Austin's already talked about. This really pleasant, mild weather has really added to the quality and the selection that we have of our late spring annuals. So you got to check those out. Ornamental grasses, anything for shade. We've got over in Ryan's domain over in the Bates Stream. Of course, his domain's everywhere because he's a lot manager, but Ryan spends more time in the Bates Stream area. That's where our shade plants. If you're looking for hardy camellias, for Japanese maple, for laurels, for any, and of course the most extensive selection of garden hydrangeas you will find anywhere. I'm confident in that. We're never a week that goes by that we're not rolling in truckloads of hydrangeas. So come check all those things out, and of course, not to forget Caroline's area of the tropical foliage plants. We've got a huge selection of that, and we've got a couple of special areas. We got a special offer on some foliage type tropicals as well as some flowering types. We've got those. The flowering types are out in front of the checkout. The foliage types are inside the Bates Stream area, and those are now 40% off on those. So if you want to get a real deal on some top quality plants, you need to come on out and check those out. Bates Nursery and Garden Center, where we have been beautifying Nashville since 1932. For all these generations, since my grandmother started the business, we really have been in pursuit to try to expand the selection and the enjoyment of gardening. We do that because we are gardeners. We have the information to help you get the right plants in the right place the first time. Because Josh, that's just the way we do it here at Bates Nursery.
That's why I come out here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of the reasons.
That's true.
This little broadcast.
I'd drive out here if we didn't have the show. I really would,
Maybe
folks.
not as
It's an
frequently, but
amazing garden center. If you're into gardening in your yard and your lawn care and like to take care of these things, this is the finest nursery in Middle Tennessee.
And thank you
No
for that.
question.
We think that's factual information.
Yes.
We really
I wouldn't lie.
we have gone all out to try to have the finest facilities available. Great spacious parking and mostly all paved connected areas, so that you can get a cart and shop wherever and enjoy the process, and bring your smartphone or tablet with photographs of the area you're working on, and we'll help you to get the right plants in the right place the first time. That's the way we do it at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. Of course, we're a proud supplier of Earthmix garden products, and we feel like that's a significant addition to your gardening success. So come check it out, all here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932, Bates Nursery and Garden Center. There you go.
Wonderful. Perfect. Perfection.
What's in the room with Caroline?
Thank you, Tyler. I was about to say, you know what else is perfect? What's in this room this morning? So
Man.
I was not here yesterday, so Austin and Tyler did the room, and it is amazing. I'm impressed.
Mainly Austin on this one. I jumped in and got a couple things. But.
Well, good work, both of you. It looks great. I love the dark leaves and the lilac purple color. You'll really outdone yourselves this time.
Wow.
Thank you.
So let's talk about it. In the corners, we've got flamingo dappled willow right above my head and David's. Now, these came in off a truck, I think 2 days ago. I remember seeing them get unloaded, and I saw customers while they were out here on the lot looking at them while the crew was rolling them to their spots.
You can't not look at them.
You see
Very
them when you get
eye-catching.
out of your car. Like it's just over everything on the lot, looking gorgeous. It's a great plant. I feel like every year it's one of the most popular plants here. People come in specifically for that plant, or they don't know about it. They come and they're like, what is that? I have to have it.
Gotta have it.
I have a good friend who comes in here. Shout out to Lisa. She sneaks over here all the time when she's supposed to be going to the grocery store.
Yes, she does.
And she has now bought, I think, 5 of the little Monrovia 1-gallon dappled willows. She's creating a little hedge
Water
that
'em.
looks amazing. Yes,
Great
they do
color
like a
without
lot.
flowers.
Yes.
You don't have to have blooms to have great color, and this is a great example.
That's right. It's a great plant. Like Josh said, make sure you're watering it. And then we've got Midnight Masquerade Penstemon right here under this dappled willow. This would be a great planting. It looks so pretty. Wow.
Yeah.
So I love Penstemon. I'm actually growing it for the first time this year. I have 2. One I got from Anne, who works in our office. Shout out to Anne.
Hey, Ann.
She gave me some Huskers red that she divided. And then I got something like Flamingo Party or something. Tyler got that one too.
Flamingo party. That's where I want to be.
Flock of flamingos.
Flocks of flamingos. I was like, I know it's not
Better than
flamingo
a flock of
party,
seagulls.
Flamingo
but it
party.
sounds
Better.
kind of like that. So it's now called Flamingo Party. But I'm a big fan of this plant. I mean, look how tall it is. Wow. It's a great little plant to add to your perennial bed. And then underneath the TV, we've got summer lasting coconut crepe myrtle. Look at that dark foliage. Look at those white blooms. Wow. The contrast on that
Yeah.
is just, I love a dark leaf crepe myrtle. I was not a fan of crepe myrtles until I started working here and I saw all the different varieties we have. And now I have 2. That's probably where I'll stop. I don't know if I need to get more, but
Yeah, please leave this one in bush form, folks. Please
Yeah.
leave it in bush form.
I've got one just like this. I don't know what color it is. Hopefully it will bloom this year. I think it will. It's about
will.
this size.
Got some red ones in
And
our
I can finally
neighborhood.
see what color.
Gosh, those are gorgeous.
I hope mine's like not red.
Right, so do I.
All right, so let's go ahead and move to what we have down in front. So if you're looking at those dark leaves all the way down, even further, Tyler, that are sticking up, that's Wine and Roses Weigella.
God, that is dark.
It is dark. So I actually got a lot of this that was in our sale lot this last winter when we had it. They were some of the last things left. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give them a try. I've got to be honest. I haven't planted them yet, but they look fantastic in their pots. I love them. I haven't figured out where I'm going to put them. I had to save them. So they came home with me and they've bloomed. I am a big, big fan of this plant. And then up behind it.
There's a hint of a bloom at the bottom of the frame.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
it is. It's peeking out right
Little
there.
reddish.
Pinking out.
It's pinking out. You stop.
Yeah.
So we've
Never.
got compact orchid, blush sun patience. Tyler, if you move
Okay,
to the side,
coming
you're
back.
right there. So I grew this specific one about 3 years ago, and
Austin's
this got to this cute little shrub.
fingers.
Magic fingers there. Those Vanna hands.
cute.
I love sun patience. They can take sun, hence the name. They get huge. So we have them in these little 4-inch pots. Don't let that fool you. They will grow and grow and grow if they are in happy, right conditions. And then we've got sweet potato vine, the black one, if you're wondering what that is. Look at these ruffled little leaves.
I love that one. I'm growing it this year. I'm really
Good
excited about
gnarly,
it.
man.
I'm not, and I kind of want to. Maybe I'll take a couple home, but I'm a big fan of that. And then, of course, since Austin did the room, he had to bring in some white-looking super petunias. This is silverberry.
Yeah, they're not just white.
They've got little pink centers.
Pink throat.
How do you not grow that one?
I don't know. I should.
I don't know. Looks like you're going to have to get a new pot.
Oh, that's cute. The camera doesn't give that justice. This is a much prettier bloom than what, especially in the sunlight.
This combo right here. Like,
That's what
I
you need.
kind of want to get all of this. Look, you're talking me into buying more stuff. And I already told you and Tyler, do not let me buy more things.
Okay.
Don't
Slam
let
your
it
lid in.
happen. Slam your lid on
them.
it. And then next
They
to that,
are
Tyler, let's go ahead and
responsible.
go back down.
Hey.
So that's black currant punch calibracoa. Wow. Look at that.
Stunning.
It's got like a little star in the middle.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. And then we've got Sally Fun pure white salvia right here. Looking great, looking amazing. Summer breeze caladium. I can just hear the song right now. Oh, look at that.
I'm not singing.
Caladium.
I love those so much.
That particular one or
Yes.
just caladium across the board?
Caladium across the board, but
Yeah.
that one in particular, I'm just a huge fan of.
Summer breeze. I think I have about 5 different types planted this year. I have one that looks kind of like that white Christmas that I brought onto the show. And then our feature plant. Let's go ahead and go up to that hot plate, that Lazy Susan. We've got Lysianthus. This is Florida Blue. So I saw a mass planting of this. Actually, I met my sister for dinner in Franklin about 2 weeks ago, and it was probably about 40 of these just planted all together with
Look at
some
those
inkberry
buds.
holly.
I
It
would've-
looked gorgeous.
I would have fainted.
I actually have a
It's like
picture
a
of it. Did I
tunia
not
and
send
a
it to you?
tulip
Nope.
got together and had babies. I mean,
It is.
gorgeous.
You talk about velvety foliage.
Oh yeah.
That is red velvet, if you please, in blue. That was stupid.
That was great. I
Red
thought you were about to
velvet
start singing
emblem.
the
How
Black
about
Velvet
that?
song. That would have been even better.
No.
But that's what we have in room today. Y'all did a really great job. It is so very pretty.
Yeah.
Are you still laughing at your song?
I said red velvet, didn't I? Isn't it?
You
It's
did.
black
It's
velvet.
black
Okay,
velvet.
yeah. So that's
well,
all
then I was like,
horrible.
well, maybe there's a song called Red Velvet.
No,
I
there's
don't
not.
know
That's a
about
That's
cake.
a cake. Yeah.
I'll eat that later.
that. Are you hungry?
Yep.
Well, Joan said the front looks like chocolate cake with pink frosting, and the back corners look like sparklers.
They really do.
So that's why you were
that's the
thinking
set
about
design
cake.
compliment out there.
Thanks. And thanks, Caroline, for the wonderful tour.
You're welcome.
Y'all
Hey,
grow
is
Lysianthus.
that a
That's
grafted?
awesome.
No, the ones in the corners. Is that grafted onto a rootstock, or is that actually been topiary formed like
Yeah,
that?
that's just a regular old stem. That ain't been grafted at all.
Stop.
Yeah, they just work. They just let one stem go. They stake it and they prune off all the rest and they make it a tree.
They grow so
Because I've
fast.
only got
you
one
wouldn't have to
left. I
graft it.
think I got a project.
How many did you start with? I know we've been over
4.
this. Oh, sorry, I said anything.
It's okay.
All right, well, let's get your mind off of it and go ahead
That's
and move
okay.
to another question. So, Miriam, good morning, Miriam,
Miriam, hello.
is asking, will catmint grow in a shallow area? It's only about 8 inches deep. I think so.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see why not.
Yeah.
It'll just go laterally. The roots will go wherever they can go. You know.
Grows in the Publix parking lot. It'll grow in it.
I think
in
so,
your
too.
yard, I promise
Yes.
you.
Oh, it grows in those medians between
Yes.
everything where it's hot and crazy. All right, Tyler, are we ready to put up some photos?
Yeah. What are we doing?
Let's do Donna.
Donna.
Donna's
All right.
got some
Bam.
Northwind switchgrass on top
I
of many
love
other
this
plants.
combo.
Beautiful.
It's cute.
Donna, your pictures when you send them always so clean, gorgeous, stunning. I really love this.
Look at that set creasia down there.
Oh, it's incredible.
Mm.
What great contrast.
Yeah. Love grasses.
Yeah, Donna. Wow. And then we got one from Joyce.
Joyce.
It's a mixed container. Joyce says, not always about flowers. Austin was giving me grief about my selections when I bought these. Leaf color and texture are just as important as flowers.
Surprise,
Amen.
I
surprise.
remember I was talking with Joyce and you walked over and you were like, Joyce, what?
That is a pretty pot, Joyce. I give you that. You did well. You know how to work colors and textures. That euphorbia is really pretty. I had a couple guests asking about. We have a few more of those here at the nursery right now, so that is a nice one to throw in there. It was just that heuchera. You just had it by itself, and I was like, Joyce, what's this about?
I don't know what
You don't
you've
see
got
the
against
vision,
Euchra.
Austin?
Yeah,
I didn't
come
see
on.
her vision that day. I see it now in beautiful pictures.
And beautiful pictures.
Look at it.
I really love this mixed container.
It is. It's a pretty pot. It is.
I
And-
hear a tone in
No,
that
there's
voice.
no tone. Joyce, there's no tone. Don't you get mad at
Sounds
me.
like concession to me.
No, it's pretty. I
Joyce,
like it.
I love it. And I like that you got the Purple Palace Euchra because that is a great one. And then we've got a photo of a peach tree that we were sent in from a listener. My new peach tree leaves are yellowing and becoming crispy. What do I do?
Wow.
All right, this is probably a similar scenario of the hydrangea we talked about earlier. If it's a new peach tree and the interior leaves, a lot of leaves on a peach tree, y'all, and it usually stresses and will lose some from the interior. So as long as it's on the interior of the plant, you're okay. But it's all about water. Like I said earlier, it's all about water. Keep it moist through this first summer, y'all. We kind of have to. But don't worry so much about a little bit of leaf drop whenever you first plant something. It's not that big of a deal.
Colin says back to Joyce's mixed container, not just judgment with his eyes that time.
I'm not judging anything right now.
Got him.
Get him, Cullen. All right. And then Jane Ann Gibbs says, I bought the white salvia at Bates last year and overwintered in the garden, growing and blooming already this year.
Good work, Jane.
Amazing.
And hey, you took a shot on an annual that you said may or may not come back, and it did. And a lot of times, even the annual salvias will come back for you. So I'm glad it is. What a
That
good little
one is
height element.
So pretty, though. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, it is stunning. Okay, so back to a few more questions. Should you deadhead knockout roses after that gorgeous first flush of spring flowers?
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I agree.
Stay with it.
More than deadhead.
No.
Shear them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, David,
Just
you're right.
cut it.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Just go below the blooms and just cut it all back. You'll get a reflush and then another really pretty rebloom. Yes.
My knockout still looks great. I sent you and Tyler a photo of my Carefree Wonder that now looks terrible. Black spot, all the little holes in the leaves. So
That time of year.
Carefree
it's got
blunder.
some bugs on it, or buds on it, also bugs. So I'm gonna wait to cut it back. But once it blooms its second round, it's going. Will mountain mint spread in a border planting? If so, how much should I anticipate it spreading? I would say this one doesn't spread as much as, like, say, peppermint and those types of more, you're looking at me, culinary mints. I have a few different types of mountain mint that are staying fairly contained, but they are spreading and they will continue to spread year to year.
I have mine. I have some planted in a border, and it's incredible. It's
I would
staying nice
never
and tucked
plant it
in.
in the ground.
No,
Not
Mountain
me.
mint's different though.
Yeah.
Like mine is staying. It's like it's growing kind of like my switchgrass. Actually, it like grows out each time, and it's very upright and to my shoulder.
Pretty.
Dang.
Mint is one of those plants that you need to plant with forethought because it can be invasive. And there's an area that we have had a building with a 8-inch concrete slab on for years now beside our sold area. And we've got a spot there that we have worked on. We put down weed barrier cloth. It continues to come back up anywhere it can. And we have done much to try to dissuade it. And we have to stay at it. So it's one of those things that it needs some attention and needs to be confined. Otherwise, it'll go where it pleases.
Yeah, I made the mistake of planting peppermint in a container and setting it in the ground in my front landscaping, and I will never be rid of that one. That one does spread like crazy. But like I said, my mountain mint stays a little bit more contained, but it will, I think, take over eventually. And Tyler said the same thing about his.
Yeah, I mean, it's just completely filled out the border container that I have. And I like that it gets more dense than my spearmint.
Yes.
And as a native, also, the mountain mint blooms are incredible and really good for wildlife on a border.
Yeah, I love that plant. I go smell mine all the time. All right, what to do about a majesty palm that is turning brown and dying? First thing to do would be to check for pests. These are notorious for spider mites. If there are any spider mites or mealybugs near, they will find their way to this majesty palm. They seem to really, really love it. So check the underside of the leaves, check in all the crevices. If you find them, you can spray that plant down. What I do with mine, bring it outside, get the hose, get some light pressure with the water and just spray it off. You can treat it, but really just killing those bugs a couple times. Or sometimes I'll just stick mine outside if we're getting a lot of rain, and that seems to just kind of wash them away and take care of it. Now, if you have it inside, they really don't like how dry our houses are in the winter. So if you were overwintering it and it started to turn brown and get crispy, you probably weren't watering it quite enough and it wasn't getting enough humidity. I do find over winter they hate it indoors. So you could stick it out on a covered porch or something, get it into a little bit of sunlight. If you want to get it into full sun, acclimated, it can take that. But humidity and check for pests, I would say that would do it for you.
Just throw it outside.
Just throw it on outside. And if you need another one, you know where to find them, because we have a lot right now still in front of checkout that are 40% off.
Can't beat it.
So you can make your way out here. All right. Final question of the morning. Are you ready? It's a great one.
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. Here we go. Giant mixed container. Thriller, purple fountain grass. Spiller, mixed sweet potato vines. I love that. Mixed sweet potato vines, not just one.
Okay.
Any filler ideas?
For those, well, we talked about it a lot not too long ago, and that was the 4-pack begonias. They're cheap, y'all. Green leaf pink begonias. That's what I'm growing this year is my filler, and it's been awesome. They just swell out, keep it clean and green and shiny, and then they just keep throwing blooms. Like I said, for like what, $1.99 or something, you get a 4-pack of begonias. Like,
yeah, you can't beat it, and it looks so good. Like we talked about on the podcast, I have it too. Mine aren't blooming right now, but the leaves are so big and green and just glossy and shiny and stunning.
It is. It's been a really good one this year.
I'm a fan of that one. I mean, you could also go with this.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a thriller. I mean,
That ain't a filler.
You look mad right now.
That thing's thrilling me.
It could be a thriller. You don't have to really do them all.
I need some of those in my life.
Do you? Are you going to take some home?
I don't know.
Did you already take some home?
No.
Are you taking those home?
Maybe.
You're eyeing them.
Father's Day's coming up.
There it is.
There you go.
Daddy needs a gift.
That's right. A purple flower.
All right. Well, there's the
on
music,
that
Josh.
note, all right, folks, we are here every Saturday morning. It comes to you right here from Bates Nursery and Garden Center.
Yep.
Come out to the Garden Center, man. You got to see what's new and out here. And Risha and Ed, if you want them to hold that power tee, you need this in your yard.
It's
out
powerful.
There. It is. It's cool. You need to get them.
I think you need both of them.
Oh.
I think there's two of them. So, hey, what are we going to do? All right,
Maybe
folks.
you're a Tulane fan. I don't know. A big green tea. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's not T for Texas. That's T for Tennessee.
Yeah,
all right, folks. Hey, thank you again. Like, share, subscribe. Tell the whole world about us, and we'll be right back here from Bates Nursery next Saturday morning.
Oh.